next few days we're going to continue on with this. Not as hot, which is nice.
Yeah, at least it's cooler,
bit
right?
of a break, yeah, especially this weekend. Timing works out nicely, but look at this. Compared to the last few months, we've had now 3 100-degree days so far in the month of August. We've had 7 so far this year. So a sharp difference compared to what we went through last year, where we had over the course of the year, at least looking back to downtown Sacramento, above 100+ degree days. And we've had near records, just in recent years. So a whole different story this go around. Temperatures today just shy of 100 degrees at SAC International. Sacramento Executive, we reached the lower 90s, middle to upper 90s. Further south, Stockton, Modesto, Marysville, about 99 degrees is where we're sitting at right now. But what a change compared to just 24 hours ago. A little bit stronger of an onshore flow, which means more influence coming off of the Delta. And that just makes quite a difference, especially this time of year when it comes to getting temperatures in the low 100s versus lower 90s. And lower 90s is our average high temperature this time of year. Lots of heat alerts remain in place for another day here across parts of the state, especially the Pacific Northwest, where in pink, those are the extreme heat warning. So certainly a hot pattern for most across the west. That does change in the days ahead, though. We start to see that ridge of high pressure break down. Stronger onshore flow giving us a return to some mild weather and temperatures dipping back into the upper 80s just in time for the weekend. Good timing there. Forecast tonight, another mild one, though, especially in our foothill communities. Temperatures into the 60s and 70s overnight. Lower 60s across the Sacramento and San Joaquin Valley. Back up into the mid-90s tomorrow. Again, not as hot as where we have been, but nonetheless a typical August summer afternoon here for much of Northern California. You get up into the higher elevations, we start to see a little bit more moisture coming into play here. So we've added a few thunderstorms tomorrow in the forecast for the Sierra, especially along and south of Highway 50. I think we'll have the best chance for that. Not widespread. I don't anticipate a very active day with thunderstorm activity, but I do expect to see a few popping up by the afternoon. If you are looking for a change of seasons, or at least some signs of that, I'll show you this. On Thursday, it will be our last 8 o'clock sunset of the year this Thursday. And then as we roll into September, we start to see the return of 7 o'clock to 6 p.m. sunsets by October 1st. So we're at that point now where we're starting to lose close to 2 minutes of daylight each day. That's more than 14 minutes a week. And then as we get toward the weekend, temperatures back into the upper 80s. Tony?